introduce myself first. My name is Vela Amelia Putri and I am from 9.2, and today I'm going to explain two of our science topic. The first is life organization and the second is human digestive system. First, I'll explain life organization, and after that, I'll continue with the human digestive system. So, what is life organization? Life organization is the way living things are arranged in different levels. Every level has its own job, and they all work together to keep our body or other living things alive. We can think or it like building a house. You start with small parts, then combine them into something bigger and more complete. The first level is the cell. A cell is the smallest unit of life. It's so tiny that we need a microscope to see it. Even though it's really small, a cell can still do important jobs like getting nutrients, producing energy, growing, and reproducing. Cells are basically the building blocks of all living things. The next level is tissue. A tissue is a group of similar cells that work together to do the same job. For example, muscle tissue helps us move, while nerve tissue sends messages between our brain and body. After tissue, we have organs. An organ is made up of different tissues working together to perform a specific function. For example, the heart pumps blood, the lungs help us breathe, and the stomach digests food. Then comes the organ system. An organ system is group of organs that work together to do a bigger job. For example, the digestive system includes the mouth, stomach, intestines, liver, and other organs. They all work together to digest food and absorb nutrients. Another example is the respiratory system, which helps us breathe. The highest level inside living things is the organism. An organism is one complete living thing. It can be a human, a cat, a tree, a bird, or even a tiny bacterium. Since we're humans, our body is an organism made up of many organ systems working together. So, the order is very simple, which is cell, tissue, organ system, and organism. Now, why is life organization important? It's important because every level depends on the others. If cells don't work properly, tissues can be damaged. If tissues are damaged, organs may not work well, and if organs have problems, the whole organ system and even the organism can become sick. That's why every level is connected. A simple example is when we exercise, our muscle cells work together to form muscle tissue. The muscle tissue forms muscle, which are organs. Then the muscular system works together with the circulatory system and respiratory system, so we can move, breathe faster, and get enough oxygen during exercise. In conclusion, life organization shows us that living things are built step by step, from tiny cells all the way to a complete organism. Every level has its own role, and they all need each other to keep living things healthy and alive. Now, let's move on to the second topic, which is about human digestive system. The human digestive system is a group of organs that work together to digest food, absorb nutrients, and remove waste from our body. We need the digestive system because our body can use food directly. Food has to be broken down into smaller nutrients first, so our body can absorb and use them for energy, growth, and repairing damaged cells. The digestion process starts in the mouth. When we eat, our teeth break the food into smaller pieces. This is called mechanical digestion. At the same time, saliva mixes with the food. Saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, which begins to break down starch into simpler sugars. This is called chemical digestion. After that, the food is swallowed and moves through the esophagus. The esophagus is a tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. The food moves because of muscle movements called peristalsis, which push the food down into the stomach. Next, the food enters the stomach. The stomach stores and mixes the food with gastric juice. Gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid or HCl and enzymes such as pepsin. HCl helps kill harmful bacteria and creates the right condition for pepsin to work. Pepsin breaks down proteins into smaller molecules. The stomach also churns the food until it becomes a thick liquid called chyme. After leaving stomach, the chyme moves into the small intestine. This is where most digestion and nutrient absorption happen. The small intestine receives digestive juices from two important organs, the liver and the pancreas. The liver produces bile, which is stored in the gallbladder before being released into the small intestine. Bile helps break large fat droplets into smaller ones, making them easier for enzymes to digest. The pancreas produces pancreatic juice containing enzymes like amylase, lipase, and protease. Amylase breaks down carbohydrates, lipase digests fats, and protease breaks down proteins. The inner surface of the small intestine is covered with tiny finger-like structures called villi. These villi increase the surface area so nutrients can be absorbed more efficiently into the bloodstream. Once absorbed, these nutrients are transported to all parts of the body where they are used to produce energy, support growth, and repair body tissues. After most nutrients have been absorbed, the remaining food moves into the large intestine. The main job of the large intestine is to absorb water and minerals from the remaining waste. It also contains helpful bacteria that produce some vitamins and help keep our digestive system healthy. As more water is absorbed, the waste becomes more solid and forms feces. Finally, the feces are stored in the rectum until they are ready to leave the body through the anus. This is the last step of the digestion process, where waste that the body no longer needs is removed. So the journey of food is mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. In conclusion, the human digestive system is very important because it changes food into nutrients that our body can use. Every organ has a different function, but they all work together to keep us healthy and provide the energy we need every day. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.